Hello, good evening to all you wisdom walkers out there. This is Jojopah Maria Ensworth coming to you with another edition of Astrology for Self-Mastery. And even though there's good light here, let me put on another light. Oh, there we go. And I'll turn this music down a little bit. There we go. Keep it in the background. Keep a little hum going. It's so wonderful to be here with you. And as you see, I'm still straightening things out. It's a very interesting time. Let me say that. I always say that, but it's really true. And if you notice, I'm a little discombobulated. I don't have my earrings on, and yeah, I was working up to the second with this. Oh my God, it's amazing. And I just had to stop because I was trying to put too much in, and the stuff I really need to talk to you about, I need time for that. So without further ado, let me get to the highlights for April 2023. Yes. Here's what we got going on. Let me share my screen here with you. And as it says here, yeah, boom, we have several astrological events going on that are just phenomenal, folks. And let me get right into it. So I want to jump back to, and I apologize, I didn't do the date screens like I do, but I'll talk at this point, you know what? It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because it's all happening and we're all going through it. So this was an important one. This is what happened back on the 5th of April. And it's this conjunction between the sun and Aries, the sun and Chiron in the sign of Aries. Now, when the sun, which represents our identity, is conjunct Chiron, which is our identity wound, pay attention to what triggers you, to what makes you feel awkward, or you feel you're not enough. Don't brush it off. If there is something that is bothering you, it is bothering you for a reason. A trigger is an activation for healing. And in fact, I'm starting to use that word activation versus trigger now, because your wound points to a potential that is yet to be fulfilled. What makes you uncomfortable is the key to something much greater. What is your higher self trying to tell you? Yeah, really, really, really important stuff. So I just want you to think about the beginning of April, coming out of March into April, and what was going on. Because as you know, we also had a conjunction with Chiron and Pluto. Yeah, that was some big stuff right there. And it's all about this healing stuff, especially stuff from the past that is really coming up for us to heal. It really is it's time for us to get beyond the core wound energy and to step more into the truth of who we are, what we're really here to do, what this is really about. And so what's going on are these planetary aspects and energies that are helping us learn that it's really time to move forward, and in ways that we couldn't imagine. So again, if you were activated at the beginning of the month, that's a blessing. That is a blessing, because we can't keep lying to ourselves. Just can't keep doing that. No. Now, there's another conjunction that also happens with what is going on with the sun. And this one is the conjunction with Jupiter in the sign of Aries. Okay. And this was on April 11th, and it is, according to astrologers, the luckiest day of the year. And as it says here, this is not a time to be shy or play small. Let your light shine. When the sun, our identity, is conjunct Jupiter, who we are as individuals and our life purpose starts to make sense to us. Wow, wow. The sun conjunct Jupiter is a way the opposite is in a way the opposite of the sun Chiron transit we had a few days ago that was on April 5th, because it can help us gain a sudden clarity about who we are and what our purpose in life is. The energetic aspect gives us a zest for life as we boldly go after our desires. Luck is on our side today, so roll the dice and take a chance. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Some big stuff there. On April 11th, I was actually en route back from Wisconsin to Southern California. And it was interesting because, this was my first time flying an airplane since COVID broke out in 2020. And both of the flights, because there's no more direct flights, but both of the flights, the junkets I took, came in like 30 to 40 minutes earlier than scheduled. Yeah. So I was not up in that airplane for as long as I thought I was supposed to be. And then also what happened is, and this was really weird, I went on Southwest and paid my extra money so I could get a higher place online. And the sound system, the communication system in that part of the airport was down. So instead of like them announcing, okay, line up, it's time for there was no announcement. I don't know what I was doing, but I wasn't paying attention. And then finally something says to me, look online, look up. And I look up and I see people lined up and I'm thinking maybe I'm at the wrong gate. And I go over and I say, is this a flight to Los Angeles? And she said, yes. And it was the end of the line. Oh my God. It was the end of the line. I was sitting by the wrong gate. And so at first I want to panic and be upset because I paid my money and I should be at the front of the line. But I said, no, it's okay. Everything's in order. I'm supposed to be the last one on the plane. And I will get my window seat and I'll get exactly what I need. It's all good. And that's exactly what happened. And also, like I said, I also wasn't on the ride. It was like 46 minutes or 50 minutes, the flight was from Phoenix to LA. Anyway, yeah, that was April 11th. So I hope that you think back and remember what was going on for you on April 11th, what was occurring for you, because that was a lucky day. It was definitely a lucky day for me. And, when we get that kind of energy, I think what happens is that we are more open about how the universe really works, and we're happy for what is coming in. So let me share this slide with you, which talks about that very important day, April 11th, that brings the luckiest day of the year. It says, today, the sun has its annual meetup with Jupiter, the giver of fortune. As the biggest planet in the solar system, Jupiter is the galactic expander. And today, many of us could receive good news. In astrology, Jupiter rules travel, spirituality, publishing, and higher learning, instigating us to maybe take a risk in this area of life. Since eclipse season will be fast approaching, today could be one of the last days the sky hosts with some sort of predictable energy. And that's from astrologer Narayana Montufar. So there you go, my story validating that Jupiter was on my side with that conjunction for April 11th. It was very lucky for me. So I am very grateful for that. So again, as I said, what I'm giving you are highlights of the month. There was enough stuff in there, but I picked out things that I thought would be helpful to us, especially for the energy of the 19th through the 21st, which we're going through right now. So here's another important aspect. It's one of the goddess asteroids, and this is Vesta. And this is Vesta entering in the sign of Taurus. Now, just a reminder, Vesta is the brightest and largest asteroid in the sky, and is named for the Vestal virgins in ancient Rome who were keepers of the sacred flame. If a Vestal, chosen at age 6, allowed the flame to go out, she was beaten. Vestals took a vow of chastity for 30 years, at the end of which they were set free, and then answered to no man. This gave them a unique status in Roman times, and why the term virgin was often used to describe a woman who belonged to herself. A very different interpretation of what we have today. But anyway, that energy is still there. And so Vesta represents our fire within that empowers us to achieve our sacred contracts with home and family. She also represents devotion, spirituality, and strength, making her feel right at home in loyal Taurus. This is a fantastic transit to plant the seeds of your dreams, get grounded, and build a solid foundation to grow on. So wow, really, really neat aspect that came through, and I'll give you the date for that. Let's see on my little cheat sheet here. Vesta, when did you come in? Oh, it definitely was before that. It was before that. Yes, it came in on April 15th. So after the 11th, then we get this wonderful Vesta energy that moved in. So, you know, she'll be in Taurus for a little bit and for a minute. So think about that, you know, plant those seeds of your dreams, get grounded in that you can have your happy endings, you can have fulfillment in life. And this is a really important piece right now in regards to what I'm getting ready to talk about, which is the new moon and the solar eclipse. So again, really know that you can have things the way you really need them to be, but you are going to have to do a little work. And part of that work is believing. Yeah, having faith and believing. And it's work when, you know, especially life has thrown us some curveballs and we've been disappointed or felt victimized in you know, all kinds of ways. Yeah, it's really hard to believe that things can be different, but they can. They really, really can. And we're here for that experience. So what we have now, oh, this is interesting. I've got a date on here and I don't know why. Oh, probably because when I put this in. So ignore that date. You know what? It's probably because I wasn't supposed to put this slide up, but I did anyway. Just to say that this is a new moon in Aries again. And I'm so sorry, like I was rushing and I forgot to take out the date image. Anyway, we will read through this because this is really, really important. This is about this new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Now, Aries is the spark of life. It's what makes things come into existence. When we connect with our Aries energy, we're fully present. We are in touch with ourselves. This rebellious new moon eclipse is making us all rage against the established systems at work. Yeah, very interesting. Now, it also says a new moon solar eclipse represents cyclical or cyclic renewal and gives us a refreshing burst of energy and initiative. So that's really important. We've got this energy of go, 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 or I want to make this happen. I want to do this energy going on because it's Aries and it's a new moon. But it's also got a north node energy to it, and it's square Pluto. So another driving force that says a call for total authenticity. Boom! This eclipse is a call to live fully and truthfully without holding back or living half-heartedly. Half-heartedly. Yeah. I'm going to take that away because that date there may confuse you. Now, this is happening right now. So the new moon came in on the 19th into the 20th. That energy came through. And as that energy was coming through, we were also getting a solar eclipse, which I'm going to give you some more information about. But the boom piece here with this energy has to do with these things that are going on. And in a minute, I'll share with you what that is. Hold on one second here. Okay, here we go. So the boom that has shown up, here's what it's about. This is what's causing the boom. The eclipse is the second lunation in Aries. Now, having a second new moon in the same sign is our second chance to bring something important into existence. I'll repeat that. Having a second new moon in the same sign is our second chance to bring something important into existence. Two new moons in the same sign are very rare, and they only occur about 3% of the time. Okay, so that's really, really big. Next, the solar eclipse is hybrid, starting as an annular eclipse in the Indian Ocean and then changing to a total eclipse before reaching the land. And that would be like Australia, New Zealand, the tip of Africa, that part of the world. But we all feel this energy. And as it says here, hybrid eclipses are even more rare than total and annular eclipses, taking place only once every 10 years. Boom. Yeah. Next, the solar eclipse in Aries is a north node eclipse, so it may stretch you outside your comfort zone. It may feel unnatural to just be, to go with your gut, to get out there, to make a stand. But a north node eclipse is a nudge that the time has come. You'll never feel 100% ready. So what? The future is for those who dare. And then boom, ruled by Mars, now in Cancer, the solar eclipse in Aries asks a very important question. What is it that you want? Let your deepest desire drive your actions. What can I say? This is the energy that is happening. This is the energy that is going on for us. And it's huge. It is huge. Hey, Carmen. Is Carmen checking in? Oh, my God. Oh, and she says, that's a blessing. Yeah, this stuff that's going on, it really is a blessing. And it's important that we get that we understand that. But I know right now, you may be feeling like I am, so discombobulated because, and I'm going to show you next part of more why we're feeling this way, but there is just an energy that is going on to really uproot you from what can no longer yield nutrition in your life. It's like the universe is like, no, you're to be fed, you're to be whole, you're to be well, you're to be loved and loving. It's an energy that is working, folks, to move humanity into a place of abundance, of heartfelt existence and living. And it's something that, we've been so conditioned to not believe in that it really is hard for us to accept it. I mean, there's some stuff going on and some stuff I'm witnessing in people, in friends and family. And I'm just like, is that really happening? Is it real? Is it real? And it is. And then I think about myself, my dreams, my desires, like, oh my God, does this mean that it's really going to happen? It's like, well, of course, So it's really hard for us to believe it, but it can be. It can happen. Like, there's Miss Kim checking in. Woohoo! Love it. Yeah, Miss Kim, and you know what I'm talking about, girl. You know what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Oh, man. And Nina Diamond saying, I feel lost. Yeah, sweetie, I get it. But you're not lost. You're being uprooted. So that firm ground we thought we were in, no, ain't there no more. So go with this flow. It is so powerful. Now, let me give you the next piece in this. See, I had to give you a little break, let that all sink in. But this message is coming from my favorite astrologer, Astrobutterfly. Here we go. The solar eclipse in Aries is square Pluto. So check this out. A square is considered a dynamic, tense aspect. Buildings are square. Squares are a man-made thing. You can't find them in nature. When we have a square, something happens in the environment that changes the status quo. See? Yeah. The change doesn't happen from within ourselves. So that means that there's change going on in the universe that we are feeling. And it's not anything that we're generating, but it's being generated and we are definitely feeling it. She goes on to say, at the new moon in Aries, something from outside ourselves will require our attention. The eclipse may come with an earth-shattering event or with a more subtle invitation. When Pluto is involved, fate is knocking on our door. Given the nature of the square, an event that feels unnatural and contrary to our purposes, our first temptation may be to shut the door. But a different, better approach is to pay attention and listen. There's a reason why fate knocks at your door twice. It has something very important to deliver. Open the door. Open the door. Yeah, really huge. I'll make this a little bigger for you so you can just suck on that. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, and a friend of mine got vindicated from something that happened like over 20 years ago, just about 20 years ago. And this person got vindicated. They got an apology that they couldn't imagine would come. They got an overture. They got a request that they never thought would come. And it's this kind of earth-shattering energy I'm talking about. Like something that you may have thought, oh, that can never happen. Oh, that's not real. Oh no, that's the fate that she's talking about that's knocking. Like the universe is knocking, like, and we're like, oh no, it can't be. No, it never be. No. We want to keep the door shut because we're scared, I mean, that's the other piece in this. It's frightening, like that my happy ending can really come true. Open the door. Open the door. Let it in. What do you have to lose at this point? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So it's okay to feel lost. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be, I don't know. I mean, look at me. I'm a mess right now. How wonderful. How wonderful. Open the door. That's what I'm doing. I'm opening the door. I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm not trying to make it up. I'm just like, okay, universe. Okay, universe, I receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's it. And let me stay out of the way of trying to be in control, trying to figure it out. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. That's how we need to be. That's how we need to be, definitely. Hey, Samaya, glad to see you too. I can feel your energy and you know what I'm talking about, girl. It's on. It is on. Yeah, it's happening. It is happening. So we get all of that energy. A new moon, a second new moon in the same sign of Aries, right? First one was in March. Now we get it again. This doesn't happen often. Then we get this eclipse that starts out being kind of partial. Then as it moves over land, now it's a total eclipse. It's full, that hybrid, it only happens like once every 10 years. It's like very rare, And then we get this Pluto energy affecting all of this, like you can't run from your fate. You can't run from the truth of who you are anymore. something has shifted in humanity's consciousness. And it doesn't feel good to leave the truth of who we are behind. It's just like, no. Yep. Samaya, Queen Samaya saying, yep, I'm respectfully right there too. Letting it be. Exactly. And I'm telling you folks, just trust it. Trust that the universe is on your side and wants everything for you. And now here's this sweet thing, although we scratch our heads about it, we get upset about it, but it's about Mercury going retrograde right now. Yeah. But after all that boom energy, how wonderful that we get this opportunity to pull back, pause, and contemplate where we're at, what we have, what we desire, what we want, what are we doing with ourselves? How are we being with ourselves? How are we being with others? And really allowing ourselves to co-create our future. Yeah, that's what this is about. So here we go. Mercury is going retrograde in Taurus. You may be ready to get something started only to discover it's not quite that easy. However, keeping a cool head will assure you the seeds planted will grow in due time. Patience wins the world. As it says here, doing some major spring cleaning during the second Mercury retrograde of the year. Out with the old as we collectively get rid of whatever is not serving us, from old clothes to old ways of thinking. Mercury will embark on a 3-week journey from April 21st to May 14th to the underworld to tie some loose ends. By the time Mercury finally conjuncts Uranus early June, we will be ready. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. So we've got something really wonderful to look forward to. Carmen saying, yes, totally, totally, absolutely. So, with a retrograde, you got a little bit of things, not going according to your plan, like me. I've had 3 days to work on this astrology report, meaning I didn't have any meetings to interrupt, like yesterday, today. I've had the time to take care of it, but it's had its own rhythm, its own piece. There were probably like 10 more slides I wanted to share, including it's Taurus season. So happy birthday to all the Taurus people out there, especially my great nephew. I'm so excited for him. My brother, and some other friends that are in April, I think. Yeah, Juanita and her daughter, Michaela. So there's like some Taurus folk out there coming up. So the season's just starting. I wanted to do that. And there was, I wanted to let you know too, that even though we're in this retrograde, we've got 3 wonderful sextile, and that's the flow energy that is also showing up for us at the end of this month. And so, it's just different, and it's important. It's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity. Yeah. And using this time through the 14th to clean, declutter, downsize, best option. Yes, Queen Samaya. And know this, folks, take that time and do it both on a physical level and on a metaphysical level. Go in and clean out. What are we cleaning out? We're cleaning out fear. We're cleaning out doubt. We're cleaning out confusion. And this ain't no time for no confusion, y'all. This ain't no time for confusion. Why be confused about the fact that things have changed? Why be confused about the fact that we're really in a new world? No, let that go. Let that go. Ain't no time for that. Get clear that it's a new day. I have got to prepare myself to really be able to open that door, go through it into my new future, and to leave behind all the people, places, and things that no longer serve me. Yeah. This is what it is. This is what it is. Oh yeah. Oh Lord, look, my fire brother on it. Yes, it's a new day, Robbie. Exactly. It is a new day. And we all need to embrace it. And if there are people in your lives that you know that are having trouble, let them watch this video. And also just keep encouraging them. Keep encouraging them. Keep loving on them. That's the thing that is so important right now. Have compassion, let go of the judgment and single storying, and just love on folks who are scratching their head and don't understand why Everything Everywhere All at Once won the Oscar. Yeah, yeah. It's like that because or haven't seen Ant-Man and Quantumania and don't get what that's about either. Like, yeah, it's a new day. I mean, even what's going on with the James Webb Telescope, it's blown up the scientific belief in the Big Bang based on how they calculated the math to say, oh, you won't get a galaxy the size of the Milky Way for billions and billions and billions and billions of years. Well, what the James Webb Telescope is showing, there's like 9 galaxies that came before ours that are even bigger than ours, and so it just blew the math out of the water. They can't use the same stuff. And so, this is what's going on in our lives now. This is what's happening. This is where we're at. Plug my book. Hopefully, again, it's very helpful to those of you who are taking on cleaning out, decluttering. I really encourage water ritual right now because that shame, blame, guilt stuff is really up. Yeah. And we need to let it go. We need to let it go. You are worthy. You deserve all of the new stuff that's coming in. And it's just a phenomenal time. It really is. But we do have to let go of the fears. We have to let go of second guessing ourselves, second guessing God and the universe. Like, leave it alone. Leave it alone. And just trust that it is all working in your favor. I can't say that enough. So I will be back to share with you the astrology for self-mastery in May. I'll get on it. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see what's coming. And I hope you are too. Be well, be safe. And again, just really, really open that door to the new things that are coming in. Thank you so much for listening and for watching, for commenting. I love you all so much. And those of you I haven't met yet, I love you too, because we're all in this together. Woohoo! So please have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your evening. Have a great weekend. And I'll be back again very soon. Much love to you. Bye-bye now.